celebrate World Heart Day, correspondent examines causes of cardiovascular diseases. Save Our Soul project engages journalists on VAT law implementation in Cross River State. Governor Basiotu sues for unity to build prosperous nation at Jumat service to commemorate Nigeria's 63rd independence anniversary. Details and more shortly. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Justina Etam. Cardiovascular diseases are leading causes of death globally according to World Health Organization. 17.9 million people die each year due to heart-related ailments. In this special report, Oba Hyacinth is taking a look at understanding the complex operations of the heart, the significant influence it has on the life of humans, prevention of heart ailments, as well as healthy heart habits.
The heart is the primary organ of the circulatory system, which pumps blood, controls the heart rate, and maintains blood pressure. What are the measures to protecting the heart from harm? To buttress this fact, a medical consultant, Dr. Albert Udo, speaks on the functions of the heart and habits that protect it.
And so it's very also important that everybody should know about the heart and know how to protect your heart as a human being. Health-wise, we need to know the things we can do to keep the heart functioning. The heart has to pump blood every day, and so he does a very heavy work throughout the day. Every time your heart ceases, life ceases. And so the heart is central to life.
The medical expert also speaks on factors that endanger the heart.
Don't go smoking because it's going to affect your heart. Fat-laden foods, you have to be a little down on it and try to control them, because all those things would ultimately diminish the functionality of the heart.
In an interview with NTA News, some Nigerians speak on healthy heart habits.
We must avoid things that will affect it, as well causing damage to our heart. One of those major are thinking out of box, stressing the mind in kinds of thinking and taking things that are not supposed to go through the heart.
Good eating habits, regular check of your blood pressure, whether it's high or low.
As the world celebrates World Heart Day with a theme, Use Your Heart, Know Your Heart, expert advice to care for the heart, Nigerians should eat healthy diets, perform regular exercise, control cholesterol, undergo frequent blood check are some measures needed to reduce cardiovascular ailments in the country. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
The SAFE project is to ensure implementation of violence against persons prohibition law and policies that build capacity of stakeholders on the fight against gender-based violence. The Girls' Power Initiative, a non-governmental organization which is the anchor of this project in Cross River State, is engaging journalists on the content of the VAT law for accurate reportage. Achibong Basi has the details.
This gathering is to enlighten journalists on the main thrust of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law and the implementation of policies. The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law is an act to eliminate violence in private and public life, prohibit all forms of violence against persons, and to provide maximum protection and effective remedies for victims and punishment of offenders for related matters.
Is to build the capacity of stakeholders on the issue of GBV issues in Cross River State, and two, to also build the capacity of stakeholders, the ministries, for the implementation and policies concerning the VAP law. So the media is to help us publicize, sensitize the public on the VAP law and where they can go for.
In this law, provisions have been made, apart from other provisions, have been made to protect women, especially when it comes to ownership of property.
It's in this law that we talk about shaming the perpetrator. It's no longer go home, feel ashamed, feel dehumanized.
Some stakeholders shed light on the activities since the multi-sectorial costed action plan for violence against persons prohibition law was signed by the former governor of the state, Senator Ben Ayade, in 2022.
It is not enough for a law to create offenses. The end of it is the ability to implement and even punish perpetrators.
27 talks about exposing one's genitals. Exposing one's genitals to another person with the purpose of achieving sexual satisfaction. It criminalizes that. That is what we call, or what is called flashing, rather.
Willfully placing a person in fear of physical injury, willfully making false statements, depriving a person of his or her liberty, damage to property with intent to cause distress, harmful traditional practices are some of the content of the law. In Calabar, Achibombasi, NTA News.
The Cross River State Governor, Senator Basio too, has called on Nigerians, irrespective of religious or ethnic affiliations, to unite and key into President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to build a peaceful and prosperous nation. The governor said this at a Jumat service held to mark the 63rd independence anniversary of Nigeria. Correspondence reports. The special Jumat service is part of activities lined up for the commemoration of Nigeria's 63rd independence anniversary. Governor Tu, represented by the Commissioner for Information, Erasmus Ekpang, paid glowing tributes to past leaders and fallen heroes who toiled to make Nigeria's independence a reality.
Show that we're one family in Cross River State. We should always be by, supporting the Muslims as they have supported us. You can see that even during our elections and all that, the areas where they cover, the Bokobri and all that, gave us overwhelming victory in their polling units and all that. So we are all together as one family.
Governor Tu also solicits the prayers and support of Muslim Ummah to achieve his administration's resolve to carry all along in his quest to bring the dividends of democracy to bear in the states.
Nigeria has gone through a lot, even with considering this removal of subsidy and all that. But you can see that even the federal government on its own is poised to solve this issue, cautionary effect, bring out palliatives that would actually touch and reach every citizen. We have gradually started, like in the state here, we're doing very well. You can see that His Excellency Senator Prince Basededo too had rolled out a lot of measures to cushion this effect.
The Jumat service featured prayers for all Nigerians to coexist peacefully. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News. And that's the highlights of our bulletin for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening.